Racism in LA City Council. Let's put these pictures up full mass here. I got the recordings. We just received word that the city council president, Martinez, has resigned. The Los Angeles City Council president called her colleague's black son, who is adopted, a monkey in a racist tirade. Los Angeles City Council President Nury Martinez and two of her colleagues are now under fire because of a recording that surfaced with racist comments. And not just racist comments, but racist sentiment and racist policies that they were about to create. Understand, it was not about their offense, it was about their execution as policy directors for the city. Los Angeles City Council members Jill Cedillo and Kevin De León joined Martinez in the conversation with Los Angeles Labor Federation President Ron Herrera. At one point during the conversation, Martinez even calls a black child a little monkey and says he deserves a beatdown as a way to tame his alleged wild behavior. Now, the four caught on audio talking about Los Angeles 11th District Councilman Mike Bonin and LA District Attorney George Gascon. I got the audio. I'm gonna go ahead and play it now. Here it is.
Go get the airport from his little brother, that little bitch Bonin.
For black people.
I go, what is with Bonin? I said, Bonin thinks he's black. That guy don't think he's black. I go, he thinks he's black. I told the same thing.
This kid is.
He goes, why are they so close? No idea.
And he's from Massachusetts. This kid, the one here, this kid is the dumb.
He's black.
Yeah.
Lo trae así during Black History Month, lo lleva al council y lo pone acá en el, remember, it's an accessory. When we do the MLK parade.
Just like when
They used to have those statues in
Just
plantations.
like when Nury brings her Goyard bag or the Louis Vuitton bag.
Bonin would be like, hey Nury, are you going to the MLK? Well, Herb invited me, I'll go. Okay, I'm bringing whatever the kid's name is. I'm like, it's like the oddest thing. It's like black and brown on this float, and then there's this white guy with this little black kid who's misbehaved. Este niño has they're not doing they're not doing. The kid is bouncing off the effing walls on the float, practically tipping it over. There's nothing you can do to control him. Parece changuito. And I'm just like, oh my God, I'm over here trying to parent this kid. I'm like, you can't do that. I said no. And Mike is like, I'm like, you're not teaching your kid anything. It's me and Karen Bass on the float trying to check this little kid. Me, Karen Bass, y la esposa de Marquise, Carrie. And we're all looking at each other because we're the three women on the float. Like, who's gonna this kid's gonna tip us over. Because he's literally hanging on the rails.
We can't let him off because the spectators will beat his ass.
Yeah.
They're raising him like a little white kid, which I was like, this kid needs a beat down. Like, let me take him around the corner and then I'll bring him back.
Yeah.
¿Sí me entiendes? Ven para acá.
It's a pinch.
Yeah.
All the folks like with Ascoin, he did call me. He wants to have breakfast with me.
What's taking him so long?
I haven't. I just said, hey, we need to talk.
Gil supported him from the.
All right, don't worry, I got you.
Yeah.
So you'll start seeing them line up.
He's with the blacks.
Isaac was the first.
Racist as hell. Martinez, the president of City Council for LA, has now resigned. We got word just a few minutes before broadcast. She wasn't the only one in that conversation. What was the conversation really about? The conversation was about figuring out through policy how to express their own personal bias and racism. That's what it was about. Imagine what conversations are being had across this country when you're not at the table. You see, if you're not on the table, you're on the menu. Not one black voice was in that conversation. Why? Because black folks were on the menu. This council president also said about the district attorney, oh, he's with the blacks. How in the hell is that a negative? How is that a negative? Because a district attorney understands the issues germane to black folk. Those are his constituents. He should be with the blacks. How is that detrimental to the movement of life? It's insane, isn't it? All right, Nury Martinez apologized after the leak. She said, and I quote, in a moment of intense frustration and anger, I let the situation get the best of me, and I hold myself accountable for these comments. For that, I am sorry. Did you apologize to black people, Ms. Martinez? I didn't hear that in your apology. You actually blamed your intense frustration and anger, not yourself. Oh, and by the way, former city council president Martinez, you were very happy in that conversation. You were laughing, you were jovial, you were talking about what you're about to do tomorrow. Yeah, that was just how you talk. León issued an apology as well. Here's what he said. There were comments made in the context of this meeting that are wholly inappropriate. And I regret appearing to condone and even contribute to certain insensitive comments made about a colleague and his family in private. I've reached out to that colleague personally, León said in a statement provided to NBC4. On that day, I fell short of the expectations we set for our leaders, and I will hold myself to a higher standard. Well, damn, all of you all were having a bad day at the exact same time, in the exact same place, with the exact same conversation. You're just having a bad day. It was a moment of weakness. It was a moment that you appeared to be inappropriate. Everybody was just weak at one moment, one precise time. So this is how you all operate. Now, I'm for the Black and Brown Coalition, been for it since day one. But I'm also for holding people like you accountable who are not, who fake the funk, who talk a good talk in front of that microphone and then get behind closed doors and become the hypocrites that you are. I will call you out just as quickly as anybody else. Now, this is not the only person who needs to resign. So to the other people who are involved in this conversation, you got into this week, because I got more information on all of y'all. Sit your asses down. You don't deserve that position of public trust. You have violated to the utmost. You were creating policy based on racism, and it's on camera, it's on video. We got it. Bonin issues a statement. This is Mike Bonin. They decided to degrade his black son, called him a monkey. This was the family statement in reaction to these members of council. We are appalled, angry, and absolutely disgusted that Nury Martinez attacked our son with horrific racial slurs and talked about her desire to physically harm him is vile, abhorrent, and utterly disgraceful. The city council needs to remove her as council president immediately. She needs to resign from office. Any parent reading her comment will know she is unfit for public office. You can read that in its entirety at Mike Bonin on Twitter. Dear brother, Mr. Mayor, you have to work with members of council. What would your response be if you were members of council in LA, right? You were a member of council, you're the mayor. Now you have a problem with multiple council members. What does the city need to do now, brother?
Whatever their policy is to call recall council members or have special elections, it needs to be enacted immediately. I mean, they recalled the governor out there a few years ago. They need to do the same right now for that entire council, everybody in that room. I didn't hear Gil say anything, which leads me to believe that he was probably the one recording the conversation. The idea, though, that León was having a bad day is unbelievable to me when he was sitting there talking about Martinez Louis Vuitton purse.
Come on,
making. That you have a labor union, a labor leader out here talking about the kids swinging or hanging off bars as if they're going along with this idea that this little kid is a monkey. We know what was being said. Right. You're exactly right, Dr. Richey, when you say they need to sit their ass down. The public trust there can be no public trust in anyone to see the world like this, especially in a state like California that claims to be the most liberal state in the union, but they still locking up black people at the way they locking up black people. Black men are less than 5% of the population and 25% of the prison population. And this thinking, it can't be divorced from those policies at all.
That's right. Very well said.